Hello, dear friends. After losing my cat, I've had my bank account seized for the third time because a 17-year-old debt, and then it is said we're conspiracy theorists. Opinion piece. Conspirituality. Tectonic awakening. Conspiracy theories. Shift in consciousness. It's hard to be patient. Distrust of institutions. Everything happens so fast. Conspiracy and spirituality. Collapse of the old narrative. Search for existential answers. Metamorphosis of humankind. The final battle will be spiritual. Think wrong and you'll be right. We don't always agree on the methods. This shift makes people uncomfortable. Let's start. Conspirituality is a term that combines the words conspiracy and spirituality, and describes the tendency to combine conspiracy theories with practices and beliefs associated with new spirituality movements, creating a narrative that seeks to explain and overcome the challenges of the modern world through a shift in individual and collective consciousness. It promotes the idea that a shift in consciousness can overcome the control exerted by hidden elites. This phenomenon emerged in the 90s and has been characterized by its focus on two central ideas: the belief that the secret group controls or attempts to control the political and social order, often linked to the idea of a new world order, and the notion that humankind is experiencing a paradigm shift in its consciousness, which would allow it to overcome this control through a more enlightened perspective aligned with cosmic forces. The most effective tactic to counter the threat of a new totalitarian order is to act based on a conscious perspective aligned with the new paradigm. The term was coined in a 2011 study entitled The Emergence of Conspirituality by sociologists Charlotte Ward and David Boas, who highlighted the paradox of combining an optimistic and holistic New Age culture with a pessimistic and conservative conspirational culture. Abscon Direndal argues that the fusion of conspiracy theories with the new spirituality is not a recent phenomenon, and that Western esotericism is characterized by distrust. Both conspiracy culture and esotericism emphasize secrecy and the revelation of higher knowledge. On the other hand, Matthew Remski argues that philosophies related to well-being are based on the conviction that nothing is what it seems. Everything happens for a reason, and everything is connected. According to him, this belief structure has prepared the mental and emotional environment for inclinations towards conspiracy theories. The belief that the secret group controls or attempts to control the political and social order is linked to the idea that humankind is experiencing a paradigm shift in consciousness, which would allow us to overcome this control through a more enlightened perspective aligned with cosmic forces. Although the phenomenon may seem paradoxical, combining New Age optimism with conspirational pessimism, its belief structure is based on the idea that everything is connected and nothing is what it seems. This movement has been reinforced by its spread on social media and is linked to movements that combine spiritual rituals with conspiracy theories. Furthermore, it has been observed that conspirituality can be a response to modern crises, such as distrust in institutions and the search for existential answers. The unifying philosophy of conspirituality movements is based on the belief that society is under the hidden control of an elite group and that one can emancipate oneself from this control through a paradigm shift in consciousness that harnesses cosmic forces. In Norway, the online magazine Nyhetsspeilet serves as an example of a publication dedicated to the dissemination of alternative information. Its goal is called the Triple Awakening and focuses on three concepts: consciousness and spirituality, visitors from the stars, and the New World Order. Opinions. According to Mike Adams, several experts point to a financial crisis that will accelerate this summer, and it seems that globalists are instigating the biggest crisis possible to blame Trump. According to Mike Adams, Western nations are on a suicidal path, trying to destroy themselves and repress their own people, even as China is winning the artificial intelligence race. According to the Shadow of Ezra, the warriors of light have a hard time being patient, especially at this very advanced stage of the process. But remember, the information we have known for years is still unknown to most people. Kesher's daily message. Nothing is more important than expression. Express what you think, what you feel, and what you know. Let the energy flow in waves, and you may create a presence of light, love, and joy that reaches many. According to Mary Long, old narratives continue to crumble as the new begins to unfold. Pay attention and allow yourself to be aware of what is happening, because everything is happening so fast right now. According to Kavamur, the Galactic Federation is in absolute control. Nothing can stop the change. Now is the time for people to come out of their holes and find peace. The final battle will be spiritual and specific to each human being. There is nothing to fear. We are getting very closer every day. According to Steve Biko, we are watching the swamp dry up in real time. Those who took away human rights from so many are now loudly proclaiming that they have rights. They are being asked to respect the rights of those who violated the rights of others. And because we are decent people, we will. According to the Council of Light through Rebecca Koch, the missionaries of light have always been isolated in their lives. They strive to heal the countless wounds of persecution they have experienced in order to remember the powerful beings they truly are and to be encouraged to participate in the transformation toward the age of Aquarius. We gather to emerge from our solitude and strengthen ourselves in solidarity. We have had to heal our loneliness and realize that it was only an illusion. According to Sierra, many have wished for the peace of relations that will generate tectonic awakening to accelerate. It may seem imperceptible, but the pace has been increasing. Mental processes have accelerated and people connect the dots more quickly as information becomes increasingly critical. Humankind is undergoing a metamorphosis, and there is no hiding it. You are not just upgrading to survive, you are upgrading to ascend. The portal is already open. Your soul already knows the way. You just have to walk it. Reflections. Everything is under control according to Poetok. According to eternal wisdom, there is only one divine will, from which all personal will is nourished to act. In that sense, we have a certain freedom to act. We live in a world of duality, which means that there will always be the presence of good and evil, fighting for control in an environment where everyone wins and everyone loses. So far, that is what we have. However, there are rules that have activated by every thought, word, and action. You do or say anything, and the process is set in motion. These rules are present everywhere and apply to everything. According to Sophia Lab, the culture of slavery is rooted in every facet of life. Nothing has escaped the impact of the change warned here. There have been uprisings scattered throughout civilization and in different spheres. They may have positively impacted the lives of a specific group of human beings, but the changes have always remained. What we are doing now is removing the chains. What is being done now is not in isolation or for a single group of system. We are altering the global system of slavery, corruption, and control. We do not always agree with the changes or the methods used to implement them. Freedom for all implies security for all, both in movement and in existence. All this change makes people very uncomfortable. Nothing is easy. You will see improvements and live in a world that recognizes you as a sovereign being, not a slave who must obey. You will experience peace and know prosperity. That happiness and contentment are not decades away. All of this happens thanks to each of you reclaiming your sovereignty. Ufology. The Orion Empire and the many species that live there. Victoria Whitney, retired Navy defense officer, exposes the Orion Empire and its vast and regulated trading centers. The Orion Empire operates the largest interstellar black market. She discusses the interspecies trade of weapons, human DNA, advanced technology, and highly sophisticated jump gate systems used to traverse the cosmos. With 4 major trading centers spanning multiple star systems, their influence is undeniable. Andromedans grow sentient biohulls. Victoria Whitney reveals her experiences with the Andromedan shipbuilders. She describes their advanced wireframe technology for creating living bioships, where liquid artificial intelligence infuses consciousness, integrates complex systems, and incorporates emotions and personality. Whitney also highlights the cutting-edge features of their vessels, including jump gates for interstellar travel and self-healing capabilities. Andromedan bioships are instrumental in fostering a spirit of collaboration among interstellar races and driving cosmic progress. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.